Good afternoon. We're following breaking news on the 4 o'clock news in Greenville County, where the coroner and the sheriff's office is on the scene of a homicide inside the Walmart on White Horse Road. The call came in as an active shooter at 1:30 this afternoon, and now we can confirm one man is dead inside. The sheriff's office says the victim was shot inside the front of the store. Witnesses gave a description of this suspect, and within minutes, he was taken down, in fact, tased, according to witnesses. Authorities say this was not a random act, that the shooter knew the victim. Let's get right out to our team coverage. Brooklyn Cromer picking up our coverage here at 4. So, Brooklyn, chaotic scene there unfolding behind you this afternoon at the Walmart.
Yeah, Cody, it's still a very active scene here. You can see behind me blue lights. An incident command post is now here, fire trucks, and the Walmart is still roped off. Crime scene tape roping off the entrance. We're still working to get a lot of details at this point, but what we do know is deputies found one man dead near the front of the building. Witnesses say the shooting happened near the pharmacy and the store, and the person who is now the suspect ran away from the store but was caught and arrested a short distance later. And deputies believe the suspect and the victim knew each other, and some sort of argument likely led up to the shooting. Right now, the store remains evacuated and closed at this point. Now, the front of the store is still roped off as deputies and the coroner investigate inside the store and try to find evidence and clues about this shooting today. Now, again, we are still working to get a lot of details. The victim and the suspect at this point have not been identified, but of course, we will bring you live updates here at the scene for the next 2 hours of news, and of course tonight on these 10 o'clock news. Live in Greenville County, Brooklyn Cromer, Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news.
Brooklyn, thanks so much. We want to talk to photojournalist Mark Warren now. He was out there with me just a little while ago. So, Mark, I can see that parking lot, the Long John Silver's, has cleared, but what have you been seeing out there?
Yeah, Cody, the parking lot out here is clear. It's probably clear 45 minutes or so, but there's still been some activity. We've had some certain K9 units out here, but earlier in the day, you're familiar with the scene out here, of course. Up in here is where the suspect's car was, and they took down the suspect. Long John Silver is, of course, over here. But if you take a look over this way, I'm going to walk you down this way. There's a road here, this access road. It goes down to where the Walmart is, and if you can look, you can actually see where the Walmart is. And I've seen a lot of K9 units in this area, in this field, perhaps looking for a weapon, of course. You know, it's a short run over there if you're running, but it looks like the suspect ran from down this path from the Walmart over here to this Long John Silver, and they've been looking all over for weapons and stuff like that. And of course, it's a busy road. You got White Horse Road right up here. This is a cut through to the Walmart, and you can see these storm drains that they've been searching in and stuff like that for the weapon. And of course, it's kind of cleared out now, but every once in a while we do see a K9 unit. We saw one looking through a manhole not too long ago. Obviously, still searching for this weapon.
Hey, Marco, I know you can hear me. We were out there. We saw those deputies on the roofs. Does it still appear they are still actively looking for that weapon? I mean, I heard you say K9s are still on the ground.
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen any deputies on any roofs or anything like that, but not too long ago up here in front of the Long John Silver, there was a manhole cover, and there was a K9 unit, and they took the manhole cover off to look for presumably what I would guess would be the gun or something like that. But if you're familiar with this area, you know, you got White Horse Road up here, and the suspect's car where he was apprehended was right in here where I'm standing right now. So I'm not even sure if he ever made it to that point where they were searching for that manhole. But it sounds like, it looks like they haven't gotten all the evidence, and they're still out here searching for evidence, of course.
All right, Marco, thanks so much. We'll check back in with you here throughout the 4 and, of course, at the top of the hour at the 5 o'clock news. Kayla Conboy's also been on the scene. She's going to pick up our team coverage. You're on the ground in the parking lot, and Brooklyn mentioned the command center has been set up, so it's likely this is going to be a crime scene for some time into the night, Kayla.
Yes, it's still a very active scene out here right now. The Walmart is still closed, although I did just see employees walking back into the building, although the complete entrance is still blocked off by those fire trucks and also deputies. As I was driving in, I also noticed that other entrances and exits in nearby businesses were blocked off by deputies to make sure that this area doesn't get too crowded. I'll step out of the way so you can see what's happening at this hour. But what we know right now is that Greenville County deputies flooded into this Walmart Supercenter after the deadly shooting inside the store. Dispatchers said the call came in around 1:30, and the coroner's office confirmed that one death is in connection to this shooting. Deputies say they arrived and found one man near the front of the building who was deceased. Deputies learned the suspect and victim happened to know each other and were able to take the suspect into custody a short distance away from this store. But as we mentioned, it's going to be a very active scene for quite a while. As I just said, the employees who were at the gas station right out here in front have been led back into the building, and so they are allowed into the building at this point, but it is still remaining very, very active. And we did also hear that 2 people were taken into custody near the Long John Silver's restaurant, as Mark just told you, on White Horse. There is no word yet if those people are in connection with this shooting, but we're working to learn those details. We also know that deputies will continue to be here looking to investigate as this shooting and this scene continues to develop. We'll give you the very latest, and we have team coverage throughout the evening, so stay with us both on Fox Carolina on air and online. Reporting live, Kayla Conboy, Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news.
Kayla, thanks so much. I'll see you back here in just a couple of minutes. And again, we have crews all over the place. Amber Worthy just over from Kayla in the parking lot. Amber, we can actually see the command center there behind you. What has been your perspective since you got on scene?
Definitely. The first thing I did was go talk to the employees who have been standing outside in the sun for just since the shooting happened. And of course, they've been told not to talk to us, but they're still clearly shaken up by what happened. They're also, though, reassured that it wasn't one of their coworkers. That's what they told us, and that they know so far. And many say that, when this started happening, they thought it was fireworks because it's this time of the year, and that's popping noises is just what we've been hearing for the last week or so. But when that shooting started, it of course made people run in many different directions, many having to leave their money and groceries inside the store. And you're about to hear from someone who was inside the store when this shooting happened.
First, I think it's some kid let off fireworks, for 4th of July last night. But after I thought about it, I said I wasn't fireworks. I heard that pop, pop.
And coming up at 4:30, you're going to hear more from people who are inside the store who say it's just disheartening that this is happening in their community, and inside a grocery store where they bring their families and children inside during broad daylight. So you'll hear more from them coming up at 4:30. Reporting live at the Walmart on White Horse Road, I'm Amber Worthy for Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news.